W2SDR, W3MMR. What's going on?
Nothing. I was just down there, for about an hour and a half on 85. Just started out with the two Glens, SNG and YTN, and then other folks joined. So, yeah, I was on the 101. I switched back over to the SDR. So, just, changing stuff up there. Is that a 10-4? Go ahead, back to you. Your turn.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy there, pal there, OM. Fine business, OM. No, just, you gotta go to this wedding. Waiting on my sister to get here. She'll be here at like 6:30. I don't want to go, but I gotta go.
Well, why don't I go? I'll pick you up. Tell Jackie she doesn't have to, and you and I'll go and hang out. What do you think? Make it interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, all right. Just trying to sign this card. It's costing me money to go to this thing. I don't want to go, and it's costing me money. It's like a double negative.
Well, that's why people invite you to weddings. Graduations. It used to kill me. We would get invited to high school graduations for Michelle's relatives in Michigan. Her brother George remarried, and his new wife, kids, not even from George, were graduating high school. People that we never even met would invite us to graduation just so we would send a gift. Now, Kimberly's your cousin, so, that's a different story. But that's why you get invited to things, man, hey, pile on the gifts. Go ahead.
No, I know there's no malintent or anything like that. But, yeah, I mean, it'll be all right, I guess. It's not gonna be like pulling teeth, I guess. But I'm tired, man. It was a long day at work, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just one of them things that I don't drink, really, you know what I mean? So I'm just really going there for the food. I guess they had to pay for me to pay for my plate. So I guess I kind of gotta go there and eat. W3MMR.
What kind of schuler are you, man, that you don't drink?
Well, yeah, I know. I'm the odd man out.
I'm just being who I am. So, no malintent, as they say. Yeah, Mr. Ellie's good, man. I mean, he goes at all these things with a psychological tact, and that's what I love, because he could see through a lot of this stuff, that goes on with these players. I mean, so much of it is so easy to pick out. It's like, that's why I enjoy his show. Plus the fact I don't listen to Gargano and all, because I can't tape it. I mean, I record Miss Ellie's show, and all you got to do is go fast forward 5 minutes at every commercial, and it comes right back. So I never watch it real time, so I don't got to listen to those commercials.
Yeah, see, that's good for you at the house. Yeah, I listen at work on the app on my phone, So, it's, I guess I don't really, and then the commercials are just like the same commercials over and over and over again, because it's, it's not the same as the radio commercials. But no, you're right, he does take a psychological, tact to it. And like they were talking about today with what's his name, Orlando Scandrick, and how he gets cut from the team, then all of a sudden he's going and saying all this stuff and trying to get his name out there because he wants to get into the media and become an analyst or whatever the hell he wants to his plans are, But he brought up a good point about that. He's butthurt. So he said something like he said he didn't say anything about anybody else. He made sure he said something about Malcolm Jenkins, who he knew would probably say something back about it, not really brush it off, so his name would be in the spotlight for that much longer.
Well, I can see that he may be right about Jenkins. Now, Orlando was pretty close with Wentz and didn't say nothing about Wentz bad. But I like the way Mike, that caller that came in, Masher or something, when he was dissing the name Orlando. I mean, he put that guy right in his place. Like, don't go there. You know what I'm saying?
That was funny. He's like, what if I came at you because your name was Masher? What if I didn't like the name Masher? The guy was like, he's Orlando. The name doesn't belong in Philly. Mike's like, well, who the hell are you to come at this guy about his name? He is quick to call people out. He's real quick to call somebody out. If you don't agree with it, he's definitely not one to sit back and, go against his laurels. He really, if he feels a certain way, he's going to let you know how he feels about it. And that's even like with political stuff he'll bring up. It's not like he's bringing up politics. He's bringing up, a general question. It has nothing to do with politics. It's like it turns into like an ethical thing. It doesn't matter if you're to the left or to the right, and then he'll have callers call it in saying, who are obviously Trump supporters, and he'll put them in his place, and even, left-wingers will call in, and, they'll try to make it political about that, and he's like, that's not what I mean, so don't take it that way. Now, Missinelli's great, man, and he's been on the air for the whole 10 years they've been on the air for a reason, and the guy's been in Philly sports journalism for a long time for a reason. Guys just aren't fly-by-night,
No, Tyrone and Natalie, they're all great. Well, see, the thing is about him, it's like me. It's like, some of these people that, are all Trump, are all liberal. How you can tell what they listen to and that they're just cheerleaders for their team. And that's crap. Because there's always gray areas back and forth. Anybody that's always one way, I get very skeptical because I don't think they think for themselves. See what I'm saying? Missinelli thinks for himself. No matter which end of the thing is on, and looks at it as from the human perspective. And that's what I like about his show. So it's a good show, and I enjoy it. Plus, I fast forward through the commercials. I can understand your look while you're at work and stuff like that. So I'm glad that car's running good, man, with that motor and stuff. So when do you do that whatever it is, that technical test, or what is that?
I haven't looked at it yet. She said it's like a mechanical aptitude test. So we can judge to see where you're at with things. I guess maybe if there's questions concerning, the job field and probably basic electrical knowledge and things of such. I'm going to my email now. I haven't even opened the email yet. But I told her she has to do it this weekend. So I'm going to do it this weekend and email it back to her as soon as possible. Wait, what the heck is this? Is this another email from her? No, it's an old email. Yeah, so it says over the time you'll need 47 minutes, and this is a skills assessment test. This assessment will enable us to better understand your qualifications pertaining to your knowledge, skills, abilities, and other characteristics. So, and then once I get done with that, they'll let her know that I'm done with that, and then they're going to schedule an in-person interview. I guess probably judging off how I do with this, but I'm sure I'll do fine with it, and then I'll have an interview, a face-to-face interview. So it looks good. I mean, it looks like a really good company. I just got to play it by ear. W3MMR.
W2SDR. Is this an online test where they send you a link, or do they email you the actual test?
No, it's an online test. I click on the link and I do it online.
Okay, you sound really good, man. Got good low end pumping in there, you know, when you're talking and stuff. Sounds real good. Is this SDR sounding like the 101? Sounding good?
Sounds great. Sound really good. You got big signal. Band's in good shape. I don't have much noise. Yeah, last night I was kind of noisy again over here, but it wasn't like unbearable. Yeah, there's like that switching power supply noise. Then there's this other noise, that buzz that comes in there. That's been gone, and my noise blanker knocks that out. Unless, you know, there's a lot of big signals in there. But in the morning, it's really only when I need it to be knocked out, you know, and it's always knocked out whether it's in there or not because of my noise blanker in the morning. So all in all, the noise has been substantially better, and I'm going over there Sunday to go put the ferrite on the subwoofer for the guys. So I was messing around with this audio a little bit earlier today, and excuse me, I turned the leveler on. Started using the leveler again. I haven't been using it, but it doesn't really seem. I don't think it really seems to make that much of a difference in the recordings that I made. But I guess I just turned it on for the hell of it.
Sounds good, man. I use 10 on the leveler. I use a leveler here on AM. Sounds real good. I like that low end because you still got a lot of presence. You don't have that woofy sound, but you have like the underneath. You know what I'm saying? It's like the foundation lows there. If you know what I think you know what I'm saying there. So I like it. I like it a lot. It's really coming in good because you got plenty of that mid-range punch, but you got that foundation there. You know, when you get up on the mic and say stuff that's low in your voice. Sounds good. I want you to do a recording. I want to. I have a few words to say to the wedding party. Maybe you can play it. Go up to the microphone and play it. Go ahead.
Well, I'm doing one now. I've been doing one, so you can. The floor is yours. No, what I did was I've been using the transmit EQ in combination with CFC, and what I've done is I have a real big cut on CFC. I have a big cut at 150 hertz, and then in the transmit EQ, where's it at here? I have a big cut at 125 hertz. So to get the kind of that woofing sound out of there, then I boost it a little bit at 55 and 65, but not much, only a few dB. And that's all I use on the transmit EQ. So I have a cut at 125 and a little bit of a boost at 55 and 65 on the transmit EQ. And then CFC is just where I've had it for a long time. So the only new thing, I guess, is the transmit EQ. But yeah, no, the floor is yours, the wedding party. I'm sure they'll be interested. They'll be happy to hear what you have to say.
Well, that's exactly what I do. You must have been like snooping into my computer. That's exactly what I do. You got to notch that frequency range out that you did and give a little bit underneath. Now, see, you need more of a notch out than that than I do, because with the SM7B, more so than the RE27 does. But that's what you do. You notch out the woofiness, but you want to get that, push up that very, very low a little bit on AM, and it does the job. That's what I'm hearing tonight. I described it, I thought, pretty good for what I was hearing, because I got the subwoofer, so I can hear that stuff, So, yep. There's a lot of controls, man. That you can do what you're doing, and you got it dialed in. Sounded good. It might have been a weak breaker out there a little bit. Don't mean to say weak, but is there a breaker? Go ahead if you're there. W2SDR in the group. Yeah, well, you're a little light. I don't know if my son's copying. I mean, I'm running 300 watts of carrier here, peaking the legal limit. So a Flex, I guess, has 25 watts of carrier. Perry, do you hear John up there? Over?
Yeah, I hear him here. Good evening. I'm on the phone. My sister's on the phone. I'll be right back. W3MMR.
Yeah, okay, Perry. Yeah, that's my son. He's over there in Pennsylvania. Well, I'll tell you, for barefoot, John, you're doing okay. Over. Name's Frank here. I'm about 40 miles west of Atlantic City. Okay, John, great. Yeah, I'm using a 7000 here with an LD Moss amplifier. And, boy, I'd love to get a 63 or 6500 at a good price used, just for the remote capability. But I love the Anon, but I like to fool one of those Flexes for remote. 7-3, John, enjoy your dinner. W2SDR, 7-3. All right, John, thanks. I'll drop an email either later on tonight or first thing in the morning. Thanks, John. 7-3, enjoy it. W2SDR.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. W3MMR.
How about that?
Who was that? I wasn't even listening.
I'll drop you a text in a little while. KB1, I got him in the lounge now, John, KB1YFD, and he was just using a Flex 6500. He just got barefoot. He's up in Massachusetts, so they run about 20-25 watts of carrier, so that was pretty good.
He was like 15 over here. I had the volume turned down, but that barefoot Flex was doing a damn good job.
Well, if you could copy him, I mean, you know, you might hear noise or stuff in your radio, but man, you know, the guys that you're copying, it would be a strain for most people. I mean, really, and if you're copying them, I mean, you're doing okay.
All right. Yeah. Well, he was 120% copyable. I mean, you'll see it on the well, if you watch the video. You'll see it on there. But see, what I do for the recordings usually is I have the WebSDR up in the background, and I use that so I can pick up my own audio and your audio. So it's not really my receiver you're hearing, you know what I mean? But it usually syncs up right with the pan adapter, so it works out real well. But he wasn't coming in on Steve's WebSDR, but he was coming in here, I mean, 15 to almost 20 over, so he was doing a damn good job.
Well, he was probably too close to Steve. We're not located in Massachusetts, so maybe the band's getting a little longer. Who knows? You're still coming in good. Does Steve's SDR on your setup sound as good as your own?
It doesn't sound as good as the Anon. No, but it sounds decent. It sounds good enough. You know, it's got the bandwidth. You know, I mean, I can go as wide as 20 kilohertz, but it doesn't really. I guess it's kind of lacking, the fidelity that the Anon has, but it does enough. It does a good, decent job.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, it's hard to put anything up against the Anon. I mean, really, it's almost like unfair, sort of. But yeah, it's good. You're coming in great. Sound really, really good. over here. You know, I like talking to those guys in the morning. Kevin and all them, YIB, all those guys. It's just unfortunately, there's so many breakers. Well, because it's popular. You know, the guys like talking to them. But, you know, I kind of miss talking to Charlie and all those guys. You know, a lot. I was in here this morning. I guess I beat you at it a little bit, but then I signed out.
Yeah, you've been signing out right as I am signing in. Because I get back at around 5:06, and that's when you're usually signing out, or shortly before that. So, yeah, no, it's been fun getting in there with them guys in the morning. I wish I could get in there earlier, but I got to, do that by routine in the morning. But I'll be in there for the net tomorrow. I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow. So Wednesdays and Saturdays, I can be in there early. And Sundays, obviously. But no, it's fun getting in there with Kevin and Charlie and Jerry and Bob down there in Georgia and Art and Joe, JCP, and that's usually a really good group of guys in there in the morning. And even though sometimes there'll be a lot of breakers, the guys don't keep it. There's no guys really. They don't seem to make real old buzzards. There'll be a minute or maybe two at the most. To say what they got to say, and they move it on.
I know. I'm a pain in the ass. You know that.
I know. No, it's really not that. It does sometimes. I mean, there'll be one breaker, then another breaker, and then another breaker, then another breaker. And sometimes the group gets really big. This morning, the group got big. This morning, there's probably 8 or 9 guys in there. It's when I signed. So I'm at about 7 o'clock. So I got on out of there. Plus, the band starts shortening up and start losing guys.
Yeah, Art's the guy with that T150, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got a pair of them. He has 2 of them.
Yeah, I got 2 of them, too. I've been thinking about that the last couple of days. I might be getting close to maybe firing that baby up again. I'll have to see, but I don't know. I've been, thinking about it, for some reason. I don't know, but... Yeah, Art's a good guy. He does okay with that T150, but man, it's a big thing to live up to. That's the thing. So many people think that thing sounded so great, and I'm afraid if I plug it back in again, it's not going to be the same. You know what I'm saying? That's why people don't want to do bands and stuff, like reunion tours 10 years after, because they don't want to do it because they may not be able to match what is stuck in people's heads. Do you follow me?
No, I get it. And that thing, like you said before, it's kind of, its reputation precedes itself, almost, it's like, or what am I trying to say? It's like, it's a legend, and I guess maybe you think, people thought it sounded, really good, or thought it sounded a certain way and it didn't, or something, and then they hear it again, they're like, maybe it didn't sound that good, but the thing's got a reputation, man, obviously, and what the heck, man, fire it up, and we'll test it out, do a couple recordings of it at the on the Anon there at the house and see what it sounds like. I'm sure the thing sounds great. I'm sure it sounds fine. And if it sounds half as good as what your 101 sounds like, it's still going to sound exceptional.
It'll sound as good as that because the only thing it's using the T150 for is the oscillator for the frequency and the finals. Nothing in there is audio from it. It's like Billy does. So it's all externally modulated and amplified. So it can't sound any different than the 101 or anything else I have, to be honest with you, because it's I can use the same audio chain I use for the FT101, just plug it into the T150. So it's not really a T150 that sounds like it does. It's what the stuff going into the T150. Because the T150, all it is like I said, an oscillator and a final. I mean, there's no audio in it at all. So, Anyway, but it's a different audio chain now. It was a different audio chain I was using. I still have it, those big inductors and also and a 500-watt amplifier. So I guess that stuff is all different. Hey, look, I'll let you get ready. What time's Jackie coming over?
No, I'm already ready. She ain't coming for a little while. She's running late as usual. She hasn't even left North Philly yet. And the wedding's starting as we speak, 6:30. So I don't even know when I'm going to get there, to be honest with you. At this point, it's like, you know, I don't know. So by the time she gets here, it's going to be like, why are we even going? But I don't know, whatever. I'm sure my mother's going to be blowing me up. Where are you guys at? You got to get here. I'm surprised I don't have a text message. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've already got a text message. Jesus. Oh, boy.
Well, you got to call your mom and say, Jackie, I'm sitting here, like, you know, looking out the window. So, look, I've been there, done that. Yeah, the band's getting long. You're starting to drop a little bit. Maybe want to go to 160?
Yeah, well, soon, man. Soon. That's the project, hopefully, for Sunday, if I feel like it. If I get the motivation. I got to find a wire. I know I have some wire. Does that have to be any specific kind of wire or what?
Well, any kind of wire. Just get it out there, you know, and see what it does. I mean, if it's just going to be one wire, you know, if you're going to run an amplifier, it's, well, 18 to 20 gauge, any wire. Put any wire out there, like 120, 130 feet long. Just keep running it back into those woods as far as you can go, and that's that.
All right, I got some wire around here. I got the wire that I made the dipole out of. And a 75 meter with dipole out of. I know I have that. But obviously that's just for testing purposes, and when I do a permanent, I'll do it the right way. But let's go. You're starting to drop out there too. So it's been fun. I'm gonna make a cup of coffee. Hopefully I don't fall asleep by the time she gets here. I'm tired, man. It was a long day. So we'll catch up with you a little bit later. W2SDR, W3MMR.
I'll catch you later. I'll be up here for a few hours, and then maybe I'll see you on the military net, and give everybody my best, and have a good time, and then get home, get some rest. See, most of those folks don't have to work tomorrow, see, like you. So, you know, it's a different story, but have a good time. Catch you later. W3MMR, W2SDR, 7-3.
That's a good point, yeah. I have to work. I had to be up at 5 for the Milrad net, too. They don't have to be up at 5. Catch you at W3MMR.
Yeah, KB8SMU and W3MMR sign. Yeah, Perry's got to go to a wedding. It's like a family thing there, Shane. So what's going on? Maybe Perry can give you a quick signal report. Perry, you want to give Shane a quick signal report?
Yeah, good evening, Shane. Come on back and I'll let you know how you're doing.
Alrighty, yeah, it seems like every time I turn this thing on, you guys are shining out. Anyway, yeah, just trying to stay alive here. I've had that cold or flu or strep throat or whatever, and kind of getting over it on my week's vacation. Don't you know it? Anyway, I won't hold anybody up. I just wanted to say good evening, and probably stay in the band here and see what all's going on.
Well, you're 20 over, Shane. You sound great. You're bombing in to Cheddar, Pennsylvania this evening. Got to go to a wedding. I don't want to, but I have to. It's my cousin. She's getting wed. She's making the biggest mistake of her life. No, I'm just kidding. I'm 32 and I'm already divorced, so anyway, take care, Shane. Take care, Pop. We'll catch you guys later. I'll turn it over to you, Pop, and you can pick it up with Shane, or I don't know if you're signing or what you're doing. So take care. W2SDR, W3MMR. We'll see you.
All right, Perry, 7-3. Yeah, I'll stay in here for one round.